Tonight is a very, very exciting night, at least for me, and I'm sure our listeners. We are going to be joined, and we're honored to have on one of the premier vocalists, singer-songwriters, entrepreneur, and just a great talent. She is from North Carolina. She is a member of Prince and the MPG. She's worked with the likes of D'Angelo, Mary J. Blige, Carlos Santana, Anthony Hamilton, Groove Theory, and more. And we've been playing her great solo hit single, North Carolina, which is featuring her great buddy, Anthony Hamilton, and produced by Prince. Without further ado, we welcome to the Up Room with Joe Kelley and WVOF, Miss Shelby J. How you doing, Shelby?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we know you've been really busy coming off the road from the Twin Cities with a 6-show stint up there, and maybe you can fill out some of our listeners on how it went down and some of the highlights, at least from your mind.
Oh man, it was awesome. I mean, it's probably still bubbling in Minitown because we funked it up. The girls did their thing. I know you guys are all hearing Screwdriver,
right?
And everything with Ida and Hannah and Donna and Prince there on the lead guitar doing his thing, and we had the MPG in the building. Goucher was thumping on the bass. Liv and Elisa was doing their singing. I was, getting my piece in. And, I mean, it was just a happening. I mean, people were like, what? Like, you guys decide on a Monday, we're going to do shows on a Wednesday. And I'm like, yep, that's how we do. Hello.
Now, how difficult is that for you as an artist? I know, it's Prince's main project, of course, his own music, and he's calling the shots, but for you as a member of the MPG and you get that call and saying, hey, come up here, and how difficult is it to make it sound so good on stage?
Oh, man, well, I love it. I tell everybody, I'm like, I got a bag by the door right now, so just in case. And I really do. I mean, you got to love to do this, to be ready like that. And if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And we've done, all of the rehearsing and all of that for years. So he knows that he can trust in us to just basically, I say, when you put the bat signal up in the air
right.
and call the troops and be like, come on, y'all, we got to get funky. We got to, lace these people with some funk and some good times, and let's do it. And I love it. So I don't look at it as a difficulty. Yes, as a wife and as a lot of things to a lot of people, you have to move strategically through life, so I'm like, okay, I got to leave tomorrow, so let me go ahead and, get my grocery shopping done and make sure the laundry's right and make sure this, that, and the other. But, I love it because, I'm doing this because I want to, not because I have to. And there's a difference. It's like I absolutely love it and just can't get enough of it. And I'm looking forward to the next call so we can go spread some more good music and funk to all the people everywhere.
Now, 3 nights up in Minneapolis at the Dakota and 6 different shows, to be able to, I know, had a different flavor for each night, as a vocalist and everything. How much time did you get in advance notice on what was going to be played that night that you'd be singing?
Well, you just kind of, like I was saying, you stay ready. He lets us know, sometimes we might get a set list, and then it's like, okay, this is what we're going to be getting into, and we're just ready. That's why when you rehearse like we have rehearsed over, months and months and months going back, you retain that. Mm-hmm. And I just have to say for the musicians that are in the MPG and the vocalists, that everyone can't do that. I've worked with a lot of people, respectfully, but it takes a special kind of person to be able to retain the number of songs that we have to just have ready to go, just like that. And, it helps to be organized, and it helps to really, study your music so you're ready when he pulls up, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to do this. Okay, let's go back. This is how we did it. This is how we're going to do it tonight. And every time we do a song, it's different. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're one of the most organic bands around. It's all about feel. So, we'll get into something and we'll get into a groove and we'll just let it go. We'll just get into that groove and just let it go where it's supposed to go. So, he knows he's surrounded, by pros.
Yeah.
And he's a pro. So he surrounds himself with pros who are ready to go. I like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Surrounds himself with pros that are ready to go. Let's do it. Ding, ding.
Yeah. You got his back, as always, Shelby.
I got his back, his front, and his side. All right, let's do this. He know he can count on us.
Right. Shelby Johnson is with us, Shelby J, and her website is shelbyjohnson.com.
Yes, and I want people to go, first of all, I'm Shelby Johnson Allen, because as they say in The Color Purple, I's married now.
That's right. How long, your husband Laverne, right?
Yes, it'll be 2 years this upcoming March, and it seems like just yesterday, because I'm more in love than ever. And I adore him. We've known each other since we were 9, 10 years old, and it's just beautiful. He's my best friend. And, it's a beautiful thing. But I want people to check me out on Facebook. I want them to go to my fan page. It's facebook.com, Shelby J Music. And I want everybody to go there and like my page, because get ready for some new stuff that I'm going to be posting over the next 2 weeks, new snippets of songs, new videos, and it's only going to be on my fan page.
Okay.
So I need everybody to go to that. It's facebook.com, Shelby J Music. So check me out.
Yeah, and Shelby J, a little later in the program, she'll be world premiering a little bit of taste of what she recorded in the studio the past couple days, and we're really happy that she's allowed us to play that tonight. And we've got tons of music to play, and of course talk more about Shelby's upbringing in music and her family. And just go back to your husband Laverne. You've known him since 9 years old and everything. How about a brief synopsis of transgression, how you arrived to being married? I mean,
well, it's funny you should ask that, because last night I was working on a song that's going to be on my album coming out this spring. And, I say the album's dropping when what? The flowers are popping.
That's right.
That's right. And this song is called Every Road, and it's kind of a love song to Laverne. And it talks about how every road I traveled led me back to him. And every no, he's not the one, every piece of the puzzle that didn't fit, every experience that I went through reminded me of, boy, there was this guy. And I tell you, if I ever get a second chance with him, it's all I'm going to need. And in this song, that's what I talk about. And so we reconnected in 2007, and it was like we were never apart. And I tell people out there that are still looking for love, you know when it's right. The difference between salt and sugar. Mm-hmm. You just know. As soon as you taste it, instant. And so I got a second chance at my sugar. And I'm very, very happy and grateful and so very thankful to have him in my life, because he's my rock. And for what I do, it's just so important and so wonderful to have someone who is just solid, just solid, solid, solid. It helps me to be all I can be.
That is the words of Shelby J talking about her husband Laverne, and of course we're talking about her brand new music, big hit single, talking about North Carolina, and talking about your home state, born and raised and still make your home there. Yeah, this is a great track, and featuring tell us first about your friend Anthony Hamilton on this one.
Oh, well, he's awesome, and let me just say happy birthday, Anthony. It's his birthday today.
Uh-huh.
And, so he's awesome. We've known each other for so very long, and we both performed with D'Angelo back on the Voodoo Tour. He actually brought me into that camp, and it was wonderful. I was the only girl for the whole Voodoo Tour. So everybody's like, oh, who are you? I was the only girl. Couldn't miss me. 12 guys and me. And it was wonderful. And so we've been riding with each other since then. And then when he got his solo deal, when Anthony went on to get his solo project, he asked me to come and be a part of that. And I went on the road with him. And during that whole time, we were recording stuff together because, we're musical beings. So even after shows, I had a little BR8, which is something we used to carry around, and I'd be recording stuff because I always had ideas So it's great to go back and listen to stuff we recorded, like back, going back to like 1999, 2001, 2002, and to just relive those moments and actually still use some of that stuff even today. But I was so very thankful that he allowed me to, use his wonderful voice for North Carolina, and that my brother Prince, who co-wrote it with me, produced the record, because the production on that song is just amazing. Every time I listen to it, I catch something else, I catch something new that he's done, and I'm like, man, that song, I'm like, hats off to you, man. Hats off. Well-produced record. Well-produced song.
Now, where was it primarily recorded? Up at Paisley Park?
Yeah, we recorded at a couple of different places, and kind of put all the ingredients to the soup together.
Right.
A little bit of Paisley, a little bit North Carolina, a little bit from the past, and kind of, just putting it all in a pot and making one big Southern, funky, soulful stew. And then, released it on 12/12/12. And I'm happy to say that it's gone to number one on Amazon for downloads on Neo Soul, and I'm very, very proud of that. And I'd just like to thank everybody out there listening that downloaded that song. If you don't have it, it's still available. Go on out there and get some of that Southern funkin' stuff. Even if you're not from North Carolina, when you listen to it, people tell me, even they're not from North Carolina, but it still touches their soul. So I just want to thank everyone who's downloaded the song and who supported, my dream, because this is my dream. And I really appreciate people, spending their hard-earned money, to download my song. And I hope it touches them and makes them feel good.
All right. Shelby J is our special guest here at WVOF in the Upper Room with Joe Kelley. She'll be back with us.
The upper room. I gotta say that.
I
had to. I had to do that, right?
Yeah, I love. Prince sings about. We kind of. I'm not saying we stole it from Prince, but influenced by a song he had off Emancipation, so he sings about it in there too.
Yeah, well, I bit that from the movie Life, one of my favorites.
Oh, okay.
I believe that was Eddie Murphy.
Oh, okay.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. I got some people out there, they nodding their head up and down right now. They know what I'm talking about. Check it out, Joe.
All right, this is North Carolina featuring Shelby J and her great friend Anthony Hamilton, whose birthday is today, and executive produced by a brother by the name of Prince. And we'll come back.
One and only.
Yes, great new song. We've been playing it here as soon as Shelby let us play it and send it along. That is North Carolina featuring the great Shelby J and Anthony Hamilton and Prince on that one as well. And who's the young lady at the end?
Thank you. Oh, wow, that is the lovely, recently turned 7 years old, Olivia Deese. And she's Elisa, Elisa Fiorillo Deese.
Yeah,
that's her little baby girl.
She had a birthday. I saw it the other day. Right?
She just turned 7, so thank you, Olivia. It was so sweet when she did. I think when she did that little part, she was almost 6. Okay. With that little part that we put in. But it was just beautiful and so sweet and just perfect. Because I say that all the time. Everywhere I go, I'm like, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. And so thank you, Olivia. I hope she's listening. I hope her mom's listening. So shout out.
Yeah, we love Olivia. We love Elisa's new music as well, and we're going to have her on the show.
She's
very
awesome.
Shortly. Yeah. She's
a great singer and a songwriter. She's awesome. She's the real deal.
Now, I'm looking at the time. It's 6:25 here at WVOF, the Upper Room with Joe Kelley. Shelby J is with me. And you know what would go real nice if we weren't on the air?
What?
Some of Shelby J's mama's collard greens.
Shout out to Mamie J. She just, she texted me. She was like, I got it. I figured out how to listen.
Yeah. Your mom's out there, and she's supporting you all the while. She even came by the radio show you did out in North Carolina recently.
Yeah, when I do a DJ show from time to time over at A&T State University, go Aggies, Aggie Pride Worldwide, and I go over there, and they let me get on the air and just do my thing for about 2 hours and play all the good music I want to play, and I play full songs, even if they're 8 minutes long. I play the whole thing, and so shout out to Mom for she actually retired from A&T, and so she's an Aggie, born and bred, and they always have been very supportive to me with all of my dreams. So shout out to them, and I know Mama's listening. So hey, Mama, love you.
Yeah, tell us about. I know family's definitely important, and you talk about your mom and dad so much. And what was it like growing up, and how did you get interested and find that music is your calling?
Well, your family is first for me, and I say that all the time. My mother, who is what now you would call the minister of music, she was the choir director, but for all of the choirs at our church. And we attended a church called St. James Baptist Church, and my mother is still now an accomplished piano player, and she plays organ as well, and she's a singer. And she would run all of the choirs, the youth and young adult choir, the adult choir, the senior choir. And so when I got to be about 3 or 4, my sisters Lynn and Kim were already singing, and Lynn was playing the drums and singing. And so I had to kind of get in where I fit in. And that helped me develop my ear for harmony because, she would never give me my notes. She just say, sing what you hear. Mm-hmm. Get in there and sing what sounds right. And so that's how I really, really learned how to find harmony. And I started singing in the church, the gospel church, and we just sing anywhere. I mean, anywhere. I know it's hard to believe because of how shy I am now. I know it's
right, yeah. Yeah,
I know it's difficult for y'all to believe that I could ever be a ham. No, but I just wanted to sing and just share my voice and my gift with as many people as possible. Just like I want to do today and like I'm doing and finding ways to do that today. But my family is really strong. We look out for each other, and that was really instilled in me from a very young age that, kind of all we have is each other. And at the end of the day, you have your family. I have 2 wonderful sisters, Lynn and Kim. And my sister Lynn I'm working with on a gospel project that's going to be out next year. And she has her own production company based out of Northern Virginia. And shout out to Lynn and genre music and all of that. We're going to be doing some wonderful, wonderful things and uplifting a lot of people and their spirits, and it's going to be just great. But we were just taught to look out for each other and take care of one another. And also, to always, look out for mom and daddy too. And we're a unit. And at the end of the day, family first. And I know, because I've traveled a lot and I've met a lot of different people that weren't raised the way I was raised and around the type things that I was raised around. And I know now that I am the kind of person I am because of where I was raised, how I was raised, and what I was taught by my mother and my father and my community. And I'm very thankful to them for that because those things, that's in the very core of your being. And you take that with you wherever you go, no matter where your passport gets stamped. Mama said you always know no matter where you go, you take yourself with you. So yeah. It helps to be the kind of person, that's a good person. Just, do right by folks and treat people with love and kindness and just be a good person.
Now, you talked about growing up in a church family and, myself, my mother being a church lady. But one Christmas, she bought me the Prince Controversy record, and I'm listening to it in the room, and Controversy, the first song, and the Lord's Prayer comes on. I get a knock on the door, and she's like, "What do you listen to?" Right?
She said, "Uh-oh."
Oh yeah, uh-oh. I just bought that for you. How about yourself? Growing up, did you have any artists or concerts that you went to? You maybe had to hide. I know your mom's out there listening, but maybe something you
trying to get me in trouble,
no,
Joe?
No, not big
no
trouble.
collard greens for you. No collard greens for Joe Kelley. There you go. It's a wrap. I'm taking them back.
Uh-oh.
No,
anything maybe you were a little shy to approach to your parents and saying, "Hey, this is what I'm into. Can I go to this concert?"
Yeah, you know what? Not really, but I know that my sister Lynn, who's 10 years my senior, she would play all kinds of music for me. Confunction and GCS and everything. And I do remember my first Prince concert. I remember it was, I believe, 1984, I want to say. And I had to kind of, act real, please, Mama, let me go. Please let me go. Please let me go.
Uh-huh.
And if I remember correctly, there was a car that kind of went around the stage, and I remember Sheila E. was there. I mean, it was a minute ago.
Right.
But you just never forget those experiences.
Oh, the Love Sexy tour, right?
That was it. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful experience. And those things touched me. And I remember looking at people on the stage and looking at them going, I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think my parents, you know, they get me. They know me. So even at 12, you know, they knew Shelby. So it was cool. We had a good relationship. They were my parents and they were my disciplinarians, but at the same time, you know, they were my friends as well, but not the kind of friends that where you just, you know, you do anything, you know, not that. No. It's still mom and daddy, you know, rule the roost. But they understood me, and I think they knew early on that I had a passion for music, and I know they didn't want to do anything to dissuade me from that, which is great. Because without that kind of support, I mean, who knows what I'd be doing now without the support they gave me from an early age saying, you know, you can do this. If you want to do music, learn about it. You know, get into it. Try, become the best you can be, you know, and just really encouraging me in it as opposed to saying, no, don't do that. Do this. Do what we want you to do. You know, they supported my passion, which was, you know, a beautiful thing. You don't have that with everybody's parents. And so I got lucky.
All right, the daughter has turned out extremely well.
I'm all right I'm all right on every day that ends with the letter Y. Only those. Think about it.
Yeah, that's it. So we got to hear some of the great voice. Shelby J is my special guest. She was featured on the Indigo Nights Live CD, which is part of the great book. Great pictures in there, Prince, and this was live. Misty Blue featuring Shelby J and Prince and the MPG. And tell us about that particular night that you laid down this song.
Oh, man, that's from our London. Boy, we toured London up. 21 nights in London at the O2 Arena. And, I mean, record-breaking. You know, we broke records there in London. And then after the shows in the O2 Arena, you know, we gone over and do another show. We finish one 3-hour show, and then we go over to the Indigo Club and do another 2 or 3 hour show. And till the sun came up. I would always say, till the sun come up, and then let's go all have breakfast. Uh-huh. But, you know, and you never knew who was going to come by and jam with us. I mean, we had all kinds of folks stopping by, other artists. Amy Winehouse stopped by one night, and I remember Rihanna stopped by one night, and just all kinds of people would show up because they just wanted to be around that kind of good, real musical energy. And one night, you know, Prince went into Misty Blue, which is a song we did, but it's something about this particular night from the recording. It was something real special about that night. And I think you'll hear it when you listen to the song. It was, you know, it was a magical moment. So, yeah, it's a good one. I'll let the song speak.
All right. We're going to hear right now Misty Blue, Prince featuring Shelby J live in London. And we'll come back and speak more with my special guest, Shelby J. Yeah, great memories, I'm sure, for a lot of our listeners and myself. And I guess most importantly for our special guest, Shelby J. She was grooving on that as well. And, you know, for people who didn't see that live performance, you were really into it. Tell us a bit about on that stage performance.
Yes, it was great. When I listened to that, I remember I can hear the moment where I fell down to my knees. You know, when it gets real good to you and you just hit that note, and I just can just that that when I just fell down, and it was just nice. And then I like to talk that talk to the people out there in the audience and connect with my people. But it was just, you know, listening now, going back, thinking, you know, wow, that was summer, fall of 2007. And just those beautiful memories of all the shows we did there, all the people we touched, you know, all that great positive energy that we just spread all over London to all those people. You know, music is a powerful thing. And it's a beautiful thing, and there's no expiration date. I tell folks, I'm like, man, it ain't like milk. You know, you can pull up songs. I mean, that song is just fresh. It's folks probably listening now that have never heard maybe A, that song, and B, never heard me do it.
Right.
So to them, it's brand new. To me, it's 5, 6 years old, but to them, it's brand new. And it's like that. I love that about music. It's just no expiration date. It's like, it's not milk, baby.
Yeah, you mentioned it goes back a few years, but, you know, like Michael Jordan, there's only a few limited spots to be on the team with Michael Jordan. You happen to be on the team with a legend like Prince and the MPG. And going back to, you mentioned off air about 2006, the end of 2006, getting into that camp. How did you get affiliated with Prince and to be singing on stage with him and an integral member of the band?
Well, I was performing with the great Larry Graham, you know, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member Larry Graham, Sly and the Family Stones, Graham Central Station, just, you know, the trunk of the funk tree, Larry Graham.
Right.
And went out there and was performing in Vegas at 3121 Prince's Club. It was inside the Rio Hotel. And I went out there, did a gig with Larry, and the rest, as they say, is kind of history. Kind of, you know, connected with Prince. He heard me sing, and next thing I know, we were jamming New Year's Eve, and, you know, I was rehearsing for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it just happened. It was real organic. It just kind of was a nice flow to it, you know?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just believe, you know, the universe is always going to put you where it wants you to be. And my father would always tell me, you know, Shelby, just be prepared. Just always be prepared. So that way, you know, when they say, you know, you're so lucky, but he's like, no, luck favors the well-prepared. So it don't help to be lucky if opportunity comes along and you ain't prepared.
Mm-hmm.
So I had been preparing for so many years in so many clubs, singing with everybody and them and everybody else, and just really cultivating my craft so that when I did get that opportunity, man, I was ready for it. I was ready to hit the ball out the park, like, let's do this. Let me show you what I'm working with.
Yeah, you definitely have and continue to do so. And you mentioned the Super Bowl, and just an amazing performance. I mean, I'm a Prince and the MPG fan, but people who just, you know, maybe they're casual fans or not even fans, just were wowed by that performance. But, I mean, the weather definitely played a huge part in, you know, going into it. Were you guys scared going on stage?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. No time for fear. We got to spread this funk.
Right.
No, put fear in the trunk. It was, you know, that was the only Super Bowl where it ever rained.
Right.
In history. And I thought that, I'm like, this is just special. It's just right. I mean, you know, because it's going to be what it's going to be anyway.
Right.
So, you know, it's our job to do what we do. And we were there to do a great show. And, you know, the band was tight. The twins knew what they were going to do. Prince was ready. I was ready. It was like, let's go out there in the rain on the simple stage, and let's give these people a great performance. And, you know, my whole thing was, oh, man, just don't slip and slide and, you know, slide off the cymbal and into the band and, you know, into the cymbals on the field. Touchdown, Shelby scores. But, but you know, you have to be fearless. And you just, you know, when you're focused on the music, you just, you know, you don't focus on failure. You don't focus on what could happen bad. You just focus on, we're going to go out here and have a good time and make some good music and make people happy. And it was just great. I mean, that's like one of the highlights of my career and of my life. There was just no feeling like all of that energy from all of those people just focused down and just hearing that at one time. I mean, it was just nothing like it. It's just the vibration. I can almost still feel that.
And you're a sports fan yourself, so and the premier football event.
Am I?
Charlotte, right?
I sort of kind of like football just a little bit. Everybody's like, okay, Shelby. No, you can thank my father for that. I love LOVE, love football.
Right.
And I can't wait for the Super Bowl. I'm just so excited.
Who are you rooting for?
Oh, boy, I hope I don't make nobody mad, but I got to say I want it for the Ravens. I like Ray Lewis a lot. You know, he's you know, they're both great teams, or else they wouldn't be, you know, this far. They wouldn't be going to the big dance. But I'll say this, you know, Ray is retiring, and I really want him to go out on top. I want him to go out with that ring, and he's a warrior, and he's somewhat of a gladiator, and he's so serious and focused about what he does. I just love his passion, and I think that the everyone else on the team, the deciding factor, I say the X factor for this game will be emotion. And I know that those guys on that team want to do it for Ray. I heard him say it, on ESPN, because I watch all of that. I don't just watch football on Sundays.
Right.
I watch all week long. I'm watching stuff, and they want to do it for him. So I'm going to say this: Shelby J is officially rooting for the Ravens. Ray Lewis, let's do this. Let's go out on top with that ring, bro.
All right, so Shelby J, that's her forecast for the game. I like Ray Rice myself, so
yeah.
Another, you've worked with so many great artists, and you worked with the great trumpeter out of Texas, Mr. Roy Hargrove, and
yes,
we're gonna drop a song which I believe you co-wrote too, right?
No, I wrote every word in that song.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
I crossed every T and dotted every I. And actually, when I wrote it, I was sitting on the floor of Electric Lady Studios, and this is going back in time a little bit, 2000, early 2000s.
Right in New York, right?
Yeah, right in New York. And they had a white cat that was in Electric Lady, and I'm an animal lover. My cat right now is sitting here on my blanket as I talk to you.
Miss Tiara?
Shout out to Tiara.
Yeah.
She's a star. But this white cat at Electric Lady came over and sat on my lap, and I was hanging out. My brother, David Gian Tommaso, who's now my percussionist, we were hanging out in the hallway. The cat came, sat on my lap. I had to, write over the cat because he wouldn't move. Just wouldn't move. And I sat there, and it's like, that's Jimi Hendrix in there. I'm like, okay, well, the cat just wants to sit on my lap. And I sat there, and Roy said, here's this music. And initially, I went there to do backgrounds, because most of the time, I'm just happy to be here. Uh-huh. And that's just been the whole way I've lived my life. I just show up, and I'm just, tell me what you need. If you need a little bit, I give you a little bit. If you need a lot of bit, I'll give you a lot of bit. And next thing I know, Roy was like, we need some lyrics for this song. And I was like, all right, well, give me the song. I put it in my headphones, and I sat out there. And at that time, it was on a CD. And I put it in a CD player and sat out there in the hallway. And about, maybe like an hour and a half later, I had written that song and went in and cut it that night. And I did the lead in one take. And we got Pino Palladino on it playing bass. We got Spanky off it, Rest His Soul on guitar, Roy Hargrove on it. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful tune, and the way it all came together was just wonderful. So, and it was my first published tune as a writer, so I'm very thankful to Roy for giving me that opportunity to show that I don't just sing, but I also write.
So we're going to listen to this right now. It's the RH Factor, Roy Hargrove, featuring on vocals, and she wrote the song Shelby Johnson, How I Know, and
Shelby Johnson Allen.
There you go, Shelby Johnson Allen. So we'll listen to it right now. Come back, and you got a little more time?
I got a lot of more time.
Okay, all right. Shelby J is with us right here on WVOF. We're grooving right here on a Monday night, the Upper Room with Joe Kelley on 88.5 WVOF. If you just tuned in, my special guest is Shelby Johnson Allen, Shelby J, and we'll be airing this interview in its entirety. We'll have it up sometime later in the week, probably by the weekend at upperroomwithjoekelly.com. We got a bunch of other stuff. And, in March, we do it every year, is Minneapolis Music Month. So, Shelby, hopefully you come back on the show during that month, because I know you're from Carolina, but you work out in Minneapolis, and you're a part of the music scene just as much as people who got mortgages out there. So.
Well, thank you. I'm just, I'd be, happy to be there, and I'm glad that you're having me, and I just want to say thank you for, supporting me as an indie artist and for playing my music. That just means the world to me, and I can't thank you enough, because you don't have to.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I really appreciate, all the support that you're giving me. And other independent artists. I know a few other people are going to be on your show coming up soon, a couple of people I know. Mm-hmm. And you said Elisa's going to be doing it. I think the young, talented, magnificent Andy Ilo is going to be hollering at you.
Yeah.
So, it's a family affair.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, get us all in. We all got something to say.
Yeah, Cassandra, she's out in New York now, so she was going to come by. I know we
Oh, yeah. And ain't she bad? Ooh, Cassandra's bad.
Right, right.
Yeah, she is the truth.
So, I also want to give a shout-out to your dear friend who was on our show a couple weeks ago, Leonard, who's just an incredible guy, and he's making some great sound that has been down in New York. I know this weekend a lot of people came out and saw him.
A lot of people came out. Matter of fact, it's so funny you should bring that up, because today I was watching Kelly and Michael.
Uh-huh.
And I met Michael Strahan a few years back, 2010, at the Groove. And Lenore was doing his thing, and Prince and I were in the club just hanging, because I'm like, this is where I'm from. I got to show you where I'm from. If you want the real stuff, this is where it goes down. And he's a cat. He loves real music, you know. He's one of us. So he wants to be around what we want to be around, which is real music.
Now, how difficult is that for someone like Prince hanging out in just the clubs?
We make it work.
Okay.
You know, there's always a way, you know, because, you know, not only can I sing, but, you know, I got a killer right hook. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You know, I'm a peacemaker. But Michael Strahan shouted out the Groove today on his show, and I just stood up, because I was like, those guys work so hard, and they just deserve that recognition for what they do, night in and night out, playing 4-5 hours of music, sometimes with people talking, you know, not really paying attention, not making $1 million down there, and they grind and they work and they love what they do, and they are dedicated to the craft of music. You know, they do music because they love it. It is like it's their DNA. It's like it's in them. So, so I was so happy, and I was like, yo, thank you, Mike, for shouting out the Groove, and Leonard, Minnie Moods, all of the cats of the Groove, Michelangelo, Antoine, Dean James, Ron Long, David Deege, I mean, everybody, Jared, I mean, just so many wonderful singers and musicians, Mitch Matlock, Tony Minaj, and So Disrespectful, Monifa, just everybody that comes through there, some of the best real singers and musicians. Nobody's using no backing tracks. It's no lip singing. It's no fakery or tomfoolery. When you go down to the Groove, you're getting 100% unadulterated real singing and real funk. There's no smoke and mirrors down there, baby.
Yeah, Greenwich Village, a really great place to see. I mean, we've hung out and go and see lots of shows at the Bitter End. And you mentioned all the hard work. I mean, at the Bitter End, you go see a show and the set'll end, and then like 10 minutes later, the drummer's out on the street with his gear or something like that. They shuffle people in and out, a lot of people on stage, and not the easiest life, but just
and a lot of times,
music.
You know, when I was doing that, I'd do 3 clubs in one night.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
So, you know, when you grind like that, you earn your stripes.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, when you are given this wonderful opportunity and all the opportunities that have come to me since then, I have a different appreciation for it than people that have never done that before. Like they've never done the 3 nights in the clubs, going from spot to spot, having to set up your own mics, set up your own gear, do everything yourself. You don't just show up and sing, you know, all of the hard work. And, you know, hard work builds character. And I built a whole lot of character in the Village. I can say that. And the folks listening that came to see us and are still down there, they know. And because you got to work hard, you know. Nothing is going to work unless you do.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what Grandma would say. Baby, ain't nothing going to work unless you do. So do the work. And I did the work. And I want to just shout those cats out down there who are still doing the work day in, day out, keeping live music alive. I love you guys.
Yeah, Shelby J is with us, Shelby Johnson Allen. Her website, shelbyjohnson.com. You also can go to her Facebook site, which I can attest she's always updating and always, I caught a video of yourself speaking at a women's conference, which I was really impressed by a lot of your words in there. And one thing you had mentioned was, it's good to announce your own noise and what's going on with your career, but, it's great to, I'm paraphrasing, but to go out and support your friends in their endeavors.
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
Yeah, absolutely, because I talked about it was the You Grow Girl Women's Conference. It happens in Greensboro every year. And this past year I introduced the award recipient of the award for the Woman of the Year. And I announced her, and when I got on to speak a little bit, I talked about the importance of, supporting other, not just, African-American women, because that's what this particular conference was focused toward. But when you have things, either you put out a record or you do a show or anything that you're promoting, you always want people to support what you're doing. You want them to show up to your shows. You want them to buy your record. But what are you doing to support other people's dreams and goals? Like, are you going to their performances? Are you posting on your page to support their projects as much as you want them to support your projects? And, really kind of take a look at yourself and say, the support and the love that you give other people, it's just going to come back to you tenfold, even if it don't come from that person.
Right.
Even if that person goes sideways and, it doesn't come from them, it's going to come from somewhere, because I like to say you're paying into the universal karma bank. So you're making a deposit. Even if the withdrawal doesn't come back from that person, when you get reimbursed, it's going to come back to you. So it's really important that, I ride hard for Team Shelby because I'm an independent artist. I'm a company of one. I have wonderful help through, my team. Shout out to Monica McKnight and MGM Premier, doing all of my artwork and all of the wonderful things that you see on my page, all of the flyers, just everything. Shout out to Bruce Irvine, who's helping me bring my ideas to life by engineering me here at Reflections Studio in Charlotte. But it's like, when you get people that want to help you realize your dream, there are other people out there that have dreams too. So if I can use my page, and I know that a whole lot of people are coming to it, and like my brother JoJo was having a play or an event, I know that a lot of people are going to come to my page. Why not put something up? If it's something I believe in and support, I want him to win too. You can't just want to win yourself. We want everybody to win, and everyone can win. And I think sometimes there's so much competition, because that's in the society. I get it, but everybody can win. So I try to just be an example. I try to be the change I want to see. So instead of just talking about it, I try to show through example how I would like for things to be in my perfect world or universe. So instead of just saying support other people, when you go to my page, yes, you're going to see me talking about what I'm doing. You're going to see me saying follow me on Twitter, do this, hit me on my Facebook page. But at the same time, I'm going to be talking about Leonard's show. I'm going to be talking about David DiGiantomaso's show with his band Ritmosis. I'm going to be talking about JoJo's play down the street. I'm going to be talking about Andy Allo's CD Superconductor. I'm going to be talking about Liv Warfield and her beautiful handbags and purses. I'm going to be talking about Elisa Fiorillo and her wonderful songs, her single Share It With You, available on CD Baby. I'm going to be talking about everybody because I want everybody to win, because it's not just about me.
You forgot Prince Screwdriver.
Okay. Hello. Well, he got Howard Stern shouting him out.
I know,
okay.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah.
He got Howard Stern giving him, but he said, boy, that's a home run. And I'm like, yes, it is.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, that song is fire.
Yeah.
Fire dipped in dynamite. Hello.
I remember Howard Stern talking about he was working out, and I forget what song. He was listening to Purple Rain or something like that, and he was in tears. I mean, tears of joy. He was into it. So,
oh, wow.
Most people wouldn't think Howard being the Prince, but that's great.
Yeah, you'd be surprised what people are into.
Right,
what they listen to. You can't always hear what people are listening to in their little headphones.
Uh-huh.
And, you see a brother walking down the street, and you think he's listening to Kanye West,
right,
and he's pumping Taylor Swift.
Right.
And, you don't know.
Right. That's true.
You just don't know what touches people's souls. So
we got to make it official. It's straight up a little after 7 o'clock. You're tuned to WVOF 88.5 FM. WNPR affiliated station, and Shelby J is with us. Shelby Johnson Allen. She will. This entire interview will be posted later in the week at our official website, upperroomwithjoekelley.com.
And I'm gonna put it on my fan page too on Facebook, Shelby J Music. So go on over there because it'll be there too.
Oh, appreciate that.
Always.
Also,
hey, I'm gonna support you too, Joe Kelley.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And I also want to thank you for something we're going to play right now, world premiere. You were just in the studio. You mentioned Reflection Studios out your way in North Carolina. Why don't you tell us about the snippet that we're going to hear about this song?
Oh, wow. Oh, perfect. Now, there's a beautiful, beautifully talented young producer I'm working with. She's my little sis now. Her name is Imani Presley out of Greensboro, North Carolina, and her company is called IZ Music. Check her out, IZY Music. She's dope producer and musician and songwriter. This is one of our collaborations that will be on my album, and the song is called It's My Time. And when I say my time, I'm not just talking about it's Shelby's time. What I want everybody to do is you get up and you look yourself in the mirror and you tell yourself, it's my time. Whether you're in your car, in your house, whether you've been through trials and tribulations, things ain't worked right for the last 3-4 years, your money's funny, your change is strange, whatever it is, things just aren't going the way you want. It's never too late to turn things around. And in order, to have that success, you first got to believe that you can succeed. First and foremost, that is so important. So this song is like a mantra. It's an anthem. So you tell yourself, it's my time. I'm going to claim it. I'm going to claim it. I'm going to claim it. That's what it's about.
All right, world premiere, taste of what's to come from the new album Shelby's working on. It's called It's My Time, and this is Shelby J. Yeah, great new song from Shelby J.
Just a tasty morsel.
That's right. Leaves us wanting a whole lot more.
I just tease you just a little bit.
Right.
You got to leave them wanting more. Always leave them wanting more.
I guess we'll have to wait till the flowers are popping, right, to hear.
Till the flowers are
full
popping, but it's gonna be now. You can play if you want to, play the snippet again. You can play it again at the end of the interview.
Oh yeah,
but
we will.
Yes, it's gonna be on the album, and it will be dropping when what?
The flowers are popping.
You got it.
So Shelby J, always positive, and ShelbyJohnson.com. Let me, the ladies in the MPG, the vocalist working with Prince, very prominent. And I've got to ask you a music question about, your particular style of singing, each of you, and how do you work that, or how does Prince work together with you and add into his music? We're speaking of Liv Warfield and Lissa Fiorella and Shelby J.
Well, I think that, he selected each of us, to be in his band and in his unit, and he picked each of us for different reasons. We each bring something different to the table.
Okay.
And the tones and the inflections in our voice, they're all different. But when you put it together, there's nothing like it. There's just nothing like the way we blend. And I perform with a lot of different singers, respectfully, but it's something about the blend that we have and the energy that we have. It's special. It's just, wow, I don't know. It's like, why does peanut butter and jelly taste so good together? It just does. It's just one of those things.
Right.
And it's just kind of like that. Our voices just blend, and you know it when you hear it. And you can't, it's not contrived. It's not like you can say, okay, I need this. No, you know it when you hear it. The ear will always tell you what's right. And when the three of us get together, our blend is just like honey on hot butter biscuits. That's the best way for me to describe it. It's just right.
One of the great surprises, I guess it happened a year or two ago when you were on George Lopez's show. You did the D-Train song.
Yes, wasn't that nice?
Yeah, whose idea was it to work that into the mix?
Everything's my idea. I take credit for I'm just kidding.
Right.
I take credit for everything. No, it was, Prince is our band leader.
Right.
And he's, the greatest that's ever done it. And when he comes up with something, it's like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And we were going to be doing that song as part of our shows. We were playing, out at the Forum. Doing our 21 nights out there at the LA Forum and setting more records and just getting people from all over the community to come and be a part of what we were doing. And so that was part of our set list for those shows as well. But, yeah, he decided to end with that song, and it was just, it's a feeling. He knows what he's doing.
Right.
And it's all about a feeling. He knows when to do what and how to do what. And there's just, you know, he just knows. He knows what to call. It's like a coach. You know what play to call. You know, you just know because you've done it and you're a pro at it. So you know, hey, this is the play I'm going to call right here. This is what's necessary right here in this moment in time. This is what we got to do. And so he calls it, and, you know, I'm ever ready, and the girls are ever ready. So then it's like, go on and get it in. And it was just great. You know, that was so much fun. And ain't that a great song?
Oh, I'm a huge D-Train fan. So, I mean, when I got into radio, it was like the early 80s, and, yeah.
Yeah, their
records were
great song.
Yeah, great vocalist James D-Train Williams and producer Hubert Eves, yeah.
Yeah, great guys.
So Shelby J is with us, and you know, we're gonna head on into one more song, and before we do that, I want to thank you so much for coming by the show, and just great talking music with you, and you know, all the positivity. You know, you have so many important things coming up that this is gonna be a busy year with your own music, and of course Prince and the MPG, and wow, you got a lot of things going.
It's gonna be wonderful, and I tell everybody, you know, it's a blessing, and it's a transitional time, but it's a good time, and you know, I've worked really hard to get to this space right here, in this place and time, and I'm ready to, you know, tell my story, and all of these things I've been wanting to say, all the songs I've been wanting to sing. I'm ready to tell my story, and I'm ready to get it out there to people. And a lot of stuff is going to be up on my fan page. I want everybody to go there because that's going to be my main outlet for posting all the stuff over the next few weeks. So I want to make sure that people go there and like it. On Facebook, it's Shelby J Music. Go there and like the page, and you'll be able to see all of the new stuff. And I can't give you too much of a hint, but I'll just say this. It's not going to be anywhere else. So go there, like the page. You can also follow me on Twitter at The Real Shelby J. And I'm going to be, you know, announcing on my Twitter when to go to my Facebook page. So it's going to be, you know, a well-choreographed little ballet of come and get it, the soup is ready, come and get served. There it is.
Yeah, we want to thank also for dropping that snippet of a new song you just recorded. It's My Time. And
it's my time. I want everybody to tell themselves that, you know, it's your time. You know, claim your victory. Whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you want to be, you tell yourself, it's my time.
So we're going to end with, we're going to play that after this next song, which you're featured on, Prince's Chelsea Rogers, and just a great dance cut.
A blast from the past. No, you didn't. I love this song. I'm going to have to dance around my living room. Uh-oh, here we go.
You recorded for Planet Earth, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Boy, I love this song. The horns on it and everything. It's a great record.
Yeah, hopefully you guys break it out in upcoming sets wherever you guys land.
Hey, you never know. You never know what we might do.
That's right. So ShelbyJohnson.com. Hit up her Facebook page, and thanks so much, Shelby.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for the love.